before I tell you about Abdi and Ayaan. Think about this. The first time life asked something of you, not just a little, but everything. Maybe it was when your family needed you to be strong. Maybe it was when you had to carry responsibility you weren't ready for. For Abdi, that moment came when he was 14. His father died suddenly, leaving the family's small flock of sheep and goats in his care. Overnight, the laughter in his home faded, replaced by quiet footsteps, early mornings, and the heavy rhythm of work. His mother, sitting on the woven mat that evening, said softly, "Abdi, life will be hard now. Your siblings are small, and you are my hope." Abdi wanted to cry, but he didn't. He held the weight of his family's survival in his chest, and learned early that love sometimes means responsibility. Every morning, Abdi rose before the sun. He guided the goats across dusty pastures, fed the sheep, repaired fences, and checked the water troughs. He teased his little sister when a goat stole her vegetables, laughed quietly when a lamb stumbled in the mud, and found joy in small moments of family life amid the endless work. "You're always so serious, Abdi," she would scold him. "Even the goats know how to have fun." He would smile, shaking his head. Someone has to take care of everyone. Responsibility shaped him, but it also honed a quiet patience that would later touch a heart he never expected. Ayaan, 26, grew up in a nearby village. She loved animals, and her compassion led her to train as a veterinary nurse. Her days were spent treating injured livestock, nursing sick goats back to health, and teaching families how to care for their flocks. One morning, Abdi discovered that one of his goats had a limp he couldn't fix. Desperate, he brought the animal to Ayaan's small clinic. He watched nervously as she knelt beside the goat, speaking softly and checking its leg. Her hands moved confidently, gentle yet precise. "You cared enough to bring him here," she said, looking up at him with a small smile. Abdi felt something unfamiliar, warmth, admiration, and the first stirrings of something deeper. The next week, Ayaan visited Abdi's range to check on the goat's recovery. Abdi walked her along the paths between the pens, showing her the flock and explaining how he managed their care. "You've done well," she said, crouching to pet a lamb. "I just try to do right by them," he replied, brushing dirt from his hands. A goat nudged Ayaan's arm, trying to steal her scarf. They laughed together as she swung the scarf away. "You're braver than I expected," Abdi said softly. "And you're not as serious as I thought," she replied, smiling. In the days that followed, Ayaan came to the range often. Sometimes to check a sick goat. Sometimes just to bring advice. Sometimes simply to walk beside him. Together, they lifted fallen goats over fences, guided the herd through tricky fields, and repaired broken pens. One afternoon, Abdi extended a hand to steady Ayaan on the uneven ground. "You're always careful with the animals. Now I see you're careful with me, too," she teased. "I'm careful with what I care about," he said, meeting her eyes. Their hands lingered. Every small brush of skin, every shared laugh, built a quiet intimacy. Love was growing here, not in grand gestures, but in the rhythm of work and the steady presence of each other. A sudden rainstorm once scattered the flock. Mud squelched beneath their boots as they ran across the pasture, gathering sheep and goats in the storm. "You're ridiculous," Ayaan shouted, slipping in the mud. "And you love it," Abdi replied, laughing as he lifted a lamb into the pen. Exhausted but smiling, they huddled under a tree afterward. Abdi reached for her hand. "I spend my life caring for my family and these animals, but you make me want to care for something else too. For us." Ayaan's eyes softened. "You already do," she whispered. Abdi's mother, noticing Ayaan's gentle presence, said one evening, "You help him breathe while he works so hard. That is love." Ayaan's father nodded. "You care for the animals, and now you care for his heart as well." Their families became witnesses to a love that had grown quietly, naturally and honestly, through work, laughter, and shared responsibility. Seasons changed. The flock grew stronger, the goats healthier, the pens sturdier. But what grew strongest was their connection. Ayaan brought remedies for sick animals, but also brought tea and laughter. Abdi repaired fences, but also carved small wooden toys for her younger siblings. They teased, argued lightly, and learned each other's quirks. Every day, love became part of the rhythm of work. One sunset, on the highest hill of the range, Abdi finally spoke. "I've spent my life carrying responsibility, but I want to carry you too." Ayaan squeezed his hand. "And I've spent my life caring for animals. But you make me want to care for someone in a different way," she said. And there, among the sheep, goats, and soft evening light, they realized love does not compete with responsibility, grows alongside it. Love often appears quietly, in shared work, laughter, and care. Abdi learned patience and responsibility. Ayaan learned partnership and tenderness. Together, they discovered that love is both duty and joy, care and playfulness. It's choosing each other every day, in the mud, in the sun, in the quiet moments between work, and in that choice, life becomes full, not just surviving, but thriving.